Hey everybody, welcome to Tuesday. This is the last one for a little while because we've got a very extended 5-day Learned League weekend. Not sure I'm eligible to play the Saturday event, but if I am, I'll consider recording it. But 12 questions is a long video, so we'll see. Anyway, here we go. Hit that screen share. All right. Let's see how we did yesterday. Yesterday was tough to defend. I said because it wasn't really easy to find a zero. It turns out if you look at the Arundel scores, basically there was 39 for Paderewski, and everything else was a 79 or higher. So it would have depended very heavily on what someone's scores were. It looks like the easiest was Mutiny on the Bounty, and I didn't, I think, put the zero on that, so we can count that as a bit of a loss. Apparently, my suspicion about the blah blah science nature of the meteor shower question did make it the second hardest one. So yeah, maybe a little bit of a whiff there, but I've never claimed to be a great defensive player, and I am not. So anyway, let's move on to match day 11. All right. Question 1. Evolve. Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Battlefield Hardline, and Halo 5 Guardians are examples of popular FPS video games released in 2015. What do the letters in FPS stand for most typically? This is the genre where you can only see your gun and you shoot things, which is first-person shooter. I play video games quite a bit. This is my very least favorite genre of video games, mainly because I'm bad at them. Managing the scrolling of the camera and the scrolling of the and the movement at the same time while also trying to be accurate is just not my thing. So anyway, first-person shooter. That's one that would have a heavy age bias and makes it a little bit hard to defend. Hopefully we can find something that's better zero, because I wouldn't like to put the zero on that, even though I don't think it's very hard. Question 2. The collection of mud hovels that in Roman times was known as Lutetia, possibly from the Latin lutum, mud, became the Merovingian capital of Clovis I and is today known by what name? Yeah, this is the origin story, if you will, of Paris. Yeah, it used to be Lutetium or Lutetia. Yep, just happen to know that. Okay, not much to say there. I feel like that's maybe like a, I don't know. It's not a chestnut because it doesn't come up all the time, but it is definitely one of those facts that if you play a lot of trivia, you will have heard at some point. So, question 3. The 1997 animated short film Larry and Steve, Hey, about a middle-aged doofus and his intellectual talking dog, along with its predecessor, The Life of Larry, led directly to the development of what TV sitcom? Well, gee. What sitcom could possibly contain a middle-aged doofus and a talking dog? I think we found our zero. This is, of course, Family Guy. I think, like, my mom, who doesn't do trivia and doesn't watch Family Guy, probably knows this answer. Like, that's kind of, or kind of could guess, based on the talking dog. So I'm going to go ahead and put a zero on that one right away. Identify the artist in this montage of her works. Noticing right away that's in, not from. So as we click here, we will notice, okay. So the artist is pictured here, I guess. Well, yeah, so the woman with her hair tied together and one of the women sitting at the table, I think, are the same woman. So I think it's not a photographer. I guess it's the performance artist. And okay, so there's a famous performance artist from Eastern Europe. Her name is, hold on. Yeah, she does things like this. I believe like sitting at a table and staring at you or whatever is one of her pieces of art. And yeah, that is, she is, Marina Abramovich. There we go. Yeah, I wouldn't have had that one on Jeopardy, but it is Marina Abramovich. That's her name. So I'm going to go ahead and put Abramovich there. Once again, we have kind of a high culture question, and I think it is indeed quite a bit the hardest because it didn't say performance artist. I think if it had, that might have given people less, because that is a little bit of a clue. I mean, obviously she's a performance artist, but maybe if you're thinking, oh, maybe she does photography, just based on the way that worked, maybe that would confuse you. Okay. As measured by land area, which U.S. state is the 4th largest? So that is to say, after Alaska. Okay, well, all right. The 4 states I think in question are Alaska, which is clearly first, Texas, which I believe is second, and then we have California, which has to be third. California is really huge, surprisingly huge. I think is third. The 4th state that I would guess here is Montana. The question to me would be whether Montana is bigger or smaller than California. California is certainly skinnier than Montana, but it goes like all the way from south to north. Like it's extremely long. So my guess, I think, would be Montana. I don't think I'm forgetting any states here. I think Montana's 4th largest. If you asked me what state was 5th largest, I think I would have a very hard time. It's probably either Colorado or Wyoming, and I don't know which, but fortunately, that's not the question. So we'll go ahead and put Montana, and I think have no regrets here. Definitely have to put at least a point on that, but it'll depend on what else is here, whether it gets a 2. Question 6. Cinderella and her Prince, Little Red Riding Hood and the Wolf, Jack the Giant Killer, Rapunzel, Sleeping Beauty, and Snow White are among the characters in what popular and frequently produced musical that debuted on Broadway in November 1987? Well, that's Into the Woods. That's a question I answered on 500 questions. Kind of. All right. I think I have to put the 1 there. I think it's easier than Family Guy. I guess if somebody had a perfect theater rating or a really high theater rating, I could put the 0 there even more safely. But I mean, sitcom with a talking dog, seriously. So in that case, we're down to where we put. I think I'm going to put a 2 on Montana. It doesn't feel hard enough, but then again, all right. In Arundel, I feel like a lot of people are going to get Paris right, but it's still, I think, technically harder than first-person shooter. I think today, like yesterday, kind of has a hard one and 5 relatively easy ones. I wouldn't be surprised if all of the questions other than Abramovich got above 80%, which means that there's a really heavy emphasis in terms of winning this match on whether we get Abramovich right. I'm pretty sure that's right, because that's definitely the sitting at the table thing is her thing. So, all right. Finally, going to go ahead and submit. Let's see. First-person shooter, of course. Paris. Family Guy. Marina Abramovich. Sweet. Ah, Montana. Yes. All right. Good deal. Montana is smaller than California. Good to know. And Into the Woods, finally. I am sure that as soon as I close this video, I am going to look it up and find that California is actually the 5th largest state and something else is the 3rd largest state. And everyone can then have a good laugh. But otherwise, yeah, looks like another good day. Yeah, I think that's going to be a easy day for people, except for maybe the Abramovich question for some folks. And that means that really heavy emphasis on getting that one right. Have a good day, everybody. See you after Thanksgiving.